Hey, ¿qué pasó, mi gente? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Luis Lopez, and today I'm going to walk you through this massive slate that we have for tomorrow in the WNBA. But before we do that, I want to walk you through something that I did, and I want you to also to consider. So, the picks that I shared with you in the video were these. This one, I put a quarter of unit into this one. Did not work out. Brianna Jones did go over her line. Naz Hillman hooked her rebound line and stayed way under her points plus rebound. Kelsey Mitchell, as of the fourth quarter, a minute 48 second left in the game. She's only had one. She's not going to get there. She was 1 for 5 as the last time I watched the game. Ricky Jackson went over her line, over 1.5 3-pointers made in the first half. So I lost a quarter of unit here. I also lost a quarter of unit from another slip that I put in, that I took a Maddie Segrist under her fantasy. That did not work out. The other three players cashed. Maddie Segrist ruined the slip. So I lost a quarter unit there and I lost a quarter unit here. Now, with this slip here, I made 1.5 unit. Now, what I did was this. I did not want to touch Ricky Jackson or Kelsey Mitchell from the last game. But I had 3 other players that I liked. Aaliyah Boston, Hamby, and Odyssey Sims. But I was scared of the regular line, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and dumbed their regular lines down to goblins. Pretty confident on Aaliyah Boston, so I only took it down to 14.5. De'Erica Hamby, her line was a 7.5 rebounds. There was a goblin at 6.5, and there's a goblin at 5.5 rebounds. I took it at 5.5 rebounds. I was like, I'm okay with a 2.5 payout. Odyssey Sims, her points plus assist was a 16.5. I was like, no, I'm gonna bring it down to like 14.5 assists. Although she would have cashed. Now, if I would have taken the regular lines, Aaliyah Boston would have cashed, Odyssey Sims would have cashed. De'Erica Hamby, as of right this very moment, would not have cashed. She has 6, and her line was a 7.5. She maybe might not end up cashing. I'm gonna check the stats after this. So my point is this: instead of going for 6x, I ended up going for 2.5x, and that 2.5x made today a profitable day for me, where I made 1 entire unit. So I am saying all this because the player pool that I will be sharing with you, I want you to consider possibly doing goblins. How did I deal with my goblins? Easy. I ended up doubling or tripling my unit size on them. But I only picked three of my favorite goblins. Not 4, not do a 6-leg, just three of my favorite goblins. Sometimes I'll do 4, prefer 3. And I'll double, triple, or quadruple my regular unit size, which is a quarter of a unit. Alright? So something for you to think about. It's one way to manage your bankroll, especially with the WNBA, which is pretty unpredictable sometimes. Or a lot of time, to be honest with you. Alright, first game. The Lynx are traveling over to Connecticut to take on the Suns. This game has a 14-point spread, 163.5 game total. And the first play that I'm going to is the obvious play. Is Nafizi Collier. Now, her line already got bumped it was originally at 22.5 points. It already got bumped to 23.5. Okay? Which makes sense. I still think she can get there. Her rebound line was originally at 7.5. Already got bumped to 8.5. So all her lines have bumped already. Points plus rebounds. The line was at 30.5. Already got bumped to 31.5. I said, you know what? Forget your price picks. I'm not playing your game. I'll take the discount. I'm going to go 29.5 points plus rebound on Nafizi Collier. If this game stays close, Nafizi Collier is going to get there. If this game turns out to be a blowout, Nafizi Collier will get there because she will have tons to do with making sure this game is a blowout. And she gets just a phenomenal matchup. When it comes down to her dominant shooting zone, they rank dead last. When it comes down to rebounds allowed, they rank 11th. When it comes down to points in the paint, I already talked about that, they rank dead last. When it comes down to defense rank versus her position, my apologies, they rank 9th. Just a fantastic matchup for Nafizi Collier to go over. 29.5 points plus rebounds. Okay? You can still take this line at 24.5 as a goblin. And look what she's done. You can do that, and it's perfectly fine. It's okay not to go for that 6x and go instead for the 2x. Okay? Next game. The Mystics are taking on the Valkyrie. And in this game, that has a 5.5 spread, 150.5 game total, low scoring game, but supposed to be really nice and tight. I'm going to the rookie that the Mystics are really depending on to make the playoffs, and that is Sonia Citron. I'm playing her line regularly at 14.5, but I will be taking a goblin on her also at 11.5 points or at 12.5 points. Check this out. Pretty incredible what she's done. So be okay with playing a goblin. I'm reiterating that again. But I am going to play her line in one of the slips at her regular line at 14.5. Why? Because of this. 38% of his shots are here above the break, with the Valkyries rank second to last. Also, spot up 18%, 11th, transition 6th, free throws 7th. So pretty good matchup overall. Also, 67% of players, just like Sonia Citron, have gone over their respective line against the Valkyries. And against the Valkyries, playing on the road, she only ended up getting, back in May, only 10 points. But this is way early in the season. This is not the time that Sonia Citron ends up establishing herself. Like recently, like here in July, she dropped 16 on them. Like here in the last game they had in August, where she dropped 13 on them. And now it's like, Brittany Sykes is not there. The usage is a lot higher. And now the entire season is basically dependent on the last few games if the Mystics are going to make it or not. So Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriefant will be heavily rely on. When it comes down to the books, they're pretty even on what they expect to go. They don't know if she's going to go over. They're not favoring one or the other at all. I think obviously a safer line will be to take it down like a 12.5 points. But I am okay with playing her line at 14.5. I think this game goes down to the wire, and she'll have all the opportunities to go over this line. Alright, so Sonia Citron over 14.5 points, and her Goblin line at 12.5 points or 11.5 points. Next player, Veronic Burton. All her lines have been bumped. Originally, her lines have been here at 10.5. Already got bumped to 12.5. Assists got bumped, normally 5.5, now it's at 6.5. Rebounds, normally 3.5, now it's 4.5. PA, normally 17.5, now 19.5. PRA, normally 21.5, now 23.5. I'm still okay going back to her points plus assist at 19.5. Why? Carla Leite may not play. Tiffany Hayes is hurt. Sandra Cini, I'm waiting for fine news. I think she's already been rolled out. This team has been just fully relying on Veronic Burton to take over and get this game and get the Valkyries to the finish line. Also, the Valkyries are there fighting for a playoff spot as well. And this is what she's done against the Mystics directly back in May, 27, with a lot of the players there. Here, 20 with some of the players out. Some of the Cini was out, Thornton was out, Billing was out, Tiffany Hayes was playing, Leite was playing. Here in the last time they met, without Caitlin Thornton, without Billings, with Sandra Cini, with Tiffany Hayes, with Carla Leite, she dropped 37 PA on the Mystics. So I'm going back to her, to Veronic Burton, over 19.5 points plus assist, and I'm also taking her original line at 17.5 points plus assist. Alright, moving on to the next game. The Storm are taking on the Sky. This game, has a 12.5 point spread, 162.5 game total. I don't think the Storm will cover 12.5. Sky have been playing much better. Plus, you got both skyscrapers in there, injuries, and Camila Cardoso. I think this game will be tighter than the spread says at 12.5. I think the Sky cover. I don't think the Sky will win, but I think they can cover. They can cover this line. I'm going to Skylar Diggins. Head to head, she already dropped 21 points on them. And back in August 19, she dropped 24 points on them. She has a great matchup. Excuse me. Above the break, 32%. They rank 11th. Post, 17%, 12th. Underneath the basket, 23%, 11th. Pick and ball handler, second to last. Transition, second to last. Free throws, 9th. Spot up, 13th. Handoff, 10. 7 out of 13 players have gone on the over. And she has crushed this head-to-head against them. Yes, both of these games were on the road. Skylar Diggins has not played them at home. And we know she struggles a tad bit more at home than she does on the road. But I'm judging this head-to-head. I think she could do this again. So, much softer matchup here against the Sky. So, Skylar Diggins over 13.5 points. Another player you consider out of here is Camila Cardoso over 13.5 points. Injuries over 13.5 points. They both have fantastic matchup underneath the basket. They both shoot about 74% of their shots underneath the basket, where the Storm rank 9th. And also Camila Cardoso, 77% of her shots are underneath the basket. And Camila Cardoso has been on a nice run, doing quite well recently when it comes down to scoring. So 2 players to consider, but my official play from here is Skylar Diggins, that I do definitely have her in my player pool. Next game. This is probably the game of the day to target props, but there's a lot of unanswered questions from this game. The definite for me in this game is Alyssa Thomas, and it's her rebounds. As we know that rebounds allow Liberty, they rank dead last. So there's a lot of rebounds to be had when it comes down to Liberty. You could take her line at 9.5. I ended up taking her line at 8.5 just because her hit rate is much better instead of the 9.5 line that they have. She's gone over this line only 46% of the time at 9.5, but she's gone over 56% of the time at 8.5, although she just has the best matchup in the world. So I could still see Alyssa Thomas easily getting over her 9.5 rebounds. But I did take the 8.5 rebounds. Kahleah Copper, her lines keeps bumping up. Her lines originally here at 14.5. They bumped it to 16.5. The books do have her favorite to go on the over. I still think she can get there. 6 out of 10 have gone on the over. I haven't put her in my player pool yet, but because I'm waiting for the news from the Liberty to be ironed out, so I know who she'll be going up against. Granted, she'll probably be most likely guarded by Alyssa Thomas, but it can be Emma Miesemann who's guarding Alyssa Thomas, while Natasha Mack is dealing with Brianna Stewart. So I'm waiting for Jonquel Jones to decide what I'm going to do. But Alyssa Thomas rebounds definite, and Kahleah Copper's points I'm considering. So I'm considering Alyssa Thomas rebounds plus assist and teaming that up with Kahleah Copper's points. I may do a goblin on Alyssa Thomas rebounds plus assist, and I might just do a goblin on Kahleah Copper's points to make it nice and easy for myself, and just do a nice half unit play. The regular lines, I'll play them at a quarter of a unit. The goblin lines, I'll play them a half unit, 3/4 of a unit, or 1 unit. Alright. That's it. That's all I have for you. I thought I had something else for you. I don't. Best of luck with however you decide to use the picks from my player pool. God bless you and your family. Que Dios te bendiga. Don't forget to leave your best prop in the comment area. Let's see if we can make a slip. We have a massive slate. we should be able to come up with a good community slip that we can all play, or at least those of us that wish. I'll definitely play it. But I'm hoping we get a community slip so we can all cash if and when it does cash. Alright? Put your lines out there. The line could be a goblin. It's perfectly fine as a goblin. It doesn't have to be a regular line that we could vote on. The point is, whatever the community votes on is the slip that we'll put in. Alright, take care. Ciao.